The use of tens of thousands of dogs in brutal experiments is one of the biomedical industry's best kept secrets. And now prosecutors in Dane County, Wisconsin, including District Attorney Ismail Azan, are bringing felony prosecutions against me and 2 other activists for bringing that brutality to light. In 2017, well over 60,000 dogs were used in biomedical experiments in the United States. And Ridgeland Farms in Wisconsin is one of the biggest players. The company has made millions of dollars by sending dogs to abuse that's hard to believe is even real. Through the company's history, dogs have been sent to labs where they are force-fed laundry detergent until they vomit blood and die. They've been injected with deadly pathogens like rabies and even had their faces cut up to test new methods of plastic surgery. If a guy did these things to a dog in a garage, he'd be seen as a psychopath and locked up. But when biomedical industries do these sorts of things to thousands of dogs, regulation is non-existent. That's because any procedure that's deemed necessary to an experiment, no matter how gruesome and useless, is exempt from scrutiny under the Animal Welfare Act. The result is that some of the most vulnerable creatures on this planet, beagles who've been bred for their gentleness, are subjected to torture just so we can have another laundry detergent. That was Julie's life. Weeks after birth, she was taken from her mother and placed in a cage. Federal regulations only require a cage that's 6 inches longer than a dog's body, and Julie didn't get much more than that. Imagine staring at a cage wall 6 inches from your face for your entire life. Imagine having everything good taken from you as a child, your mom, your family, anything that brings you joy. Imagine being treated not like a living creature at all, but like a test tube. It would break any of us, and it broke Julie. When we found her, she was doing the one thing she could do to relieve her stress: spinning endlessly in her cage. Animals in labs across the nation develop these so-called stereotypic behaviors as their minds break down. And even to this day, 4 years later, Julie continues to spin and spin, always to her right-hand side. Her mind is so broken that she doesn't know how to turn left. That's how I and 2 other animal rescuers found Julie in the lab on that day. And for taking Julie to the vet and then to a loving home, we now face potentially years in prison. But here's what I've got to say to that. Bring it on. My only regret is that we were not able to save more dogs from that hellish place. Every dog in that lab is exactly like the dogs in our own homes, our family members. And I would fight for my family with my life. The key thing though is, so would so many of you. When people see man's best friend treated like a test tube, they will fight with us. And that's what I'm asking you to do today. The District Attorney of Dane County says he's a progressive who believes in defending the vulnerable. It's time for him to live up to those words. Julie gets better every day and is recovering from her nightmare at Ridgeland. But to save all the animals, we need your help. Contact the District Attorney of Dane County, Ismail Azan, today and ask him to prosecute the animal abusers and not the animal rescuers.